Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. D, and I'm not going to tell you the technical difficulties we just had, but I'm back. I'm back to talk to you about black seed oil and the amazing parts of this plant. You know, it's so important, especially as we think about our health, as we think about the things that we want to achieve in our later decades of life. It's so important for us to find those ingredients in nature that create wellness, whether it is metabolic wellness, whether it is physical wellness, whether it is mental well-being. And too often, I think we look for the next big thing, right? We look for the very next most unique or novel ingredient. And sometimes we have to keep it simple. We have to go back to nature, and we need to go back to ancient healing practices. And that's what we're going to do today. But we're going to take a new spin on ancient healing practices through the research, right? Because what I'm going to talk to you about today is black seed oil. And black seed oil has been used for centuries by healers. As a Mediterranean oil, it's got that very aromatic flavor and scent, that very spiciness of fennel, right? Even what you know of hops, right? They have an ingredient, a constituent found in them called terpenoids. And these terpenoids are very pungent, they're very spicy, and they're very aromatic, so you smell them, right? And I want that to take you back into a sense of healing. And I want you to think about that aromatic flavor that you can taste on your tongue, but also smell, to bring you back to say, this is ancient healing practices. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, the benefits of black seed oil, right? So we're going to look at the black seed oil from a perspective of the new research. What does the literature say today about the benefits of this ancient practice of using black seed oil? Well, you should know that what worked then can continue to work for us now. There's a changing health landscape, as I often say. We're going. And in fact, we pride ourselves on going, right? We brag about how long we've been up, or how long we can go without sleep, or that the only thing I've had today is a cup of coffee or 12, right? We pride ourselves as if those are badges of honor, right? And then there's a movement both within us as well as externally that is really telling us to take care of ourselves, right? Something that says, we say hashtag self-care. Is really telling us you need to take time for yourself. There needs to be time for recovery. It's fine that there's a lot of effort put into productivity, but let's also pay attention to recovery and what are you doing for yourself. And so I want those two worlds, or those roads, to converge. And I believe that black seed oil, because of its ancient healing practice, right, the use in healing practices, can be just that. Let's think about ancient arts, right? In Chinese medicine, in Ayurvedic medicine. What is it that both those give us? This prana, this vita, this jing, right? We want energy. We want robust vitality and longevity. And so black seed oil, we're going to go back into the centuries and find that solution today to support that jing in all of us, right? So regardless of age or complaint, people want better cognitive function, better physical and mental performance, better metabolic performance. I'm talking about cardiovascular well-being, as well as blood sugar well-being. We're looking to make sure that we have a healthy immune response that allows us to support longevity and energy into later decades of life. We want a better handling on age. Well, I'm going to tell you that the research tells us that black seed oil can be a solution for all of these things, because our lifestyles have changed and we recognize, right, that badge of honor over here in productivity. But that leads to increased demand on our body physically, mentally, and even spiritually. And we need to consider supplementation to fill in gaps, or allow these two worlds to balance each other out, right? And that's why I want to talk to you today about the literature behind black seed oil. Because while it is never too early to get started on your health, right, It is also never too late to do something to enhance your quality of life, whether that quality of life to you is defined as more energy, right? Less joint discomfort, a better night's sleep. I want you to ask yourself, what does quality of life sound like to me? How do I define that? And let's see if you can find an answer with black seed oil, right? When we look at understanding how illness comes about, we know that oxidative stress is one of the key players in creating damage, right? Cellular decay, decompensation of the body physically. And so we need a powerful antioxidant-free scavenger. We need something that can support a healthy immune response, a healthy inflammatory response. And that's why I want to take a closer look at black seed oil, because it might just be that longevity secret you didn't know about, right? As we think about oxidative stress and what it does to our body physically, right? We may have less energy. We may have hampered immunity. We may have less vascular flow or vascular health, right? We may see immune decline or wear and tear in our joints. All of these things are intimately linked to oxidative stress. But when oxidative stress is left unneutralized, it leads to inflammation. And when inflammation is left unchecked, it leads to hormonal decline, or what I like to refer to as hormonal milieu or chaos, right? So we want to make sure that we turn the clock back on those factors that are taking or stealing your longevity or your vitality from you. And that's why black seed oil can be that powerful foundation, that base. The issue is the tissue, and we want a healthy terrain. And that's why black seed oil is so powerful. It is a potent antioxidant that pairs well and amplifies other antioxidants like astaxanthin, like pycnogenol, like beta carotene, like lutein. And so we have a healthy aging solution by allowing two different types of free radical scavengers, those that are in black seed oil and those that are found in both water soluble antioxidants like your green or your blueberries, your blackberries, your raspberries, right? Your reds and your purples and your blues, right? And we want to mix that with some of these very unique and concentrated antioxidants like astaxanthin or algae. And think about your greens, right? Chlorella and spirulina. We want to think about amplifying these things that we know to be superfoods or super beneficial. Whether we're talking about healthy cellular function or we're talking about physical and mental performance. And that's why I want to talk about the literature behind Nigella sativa. Nigella sativa is the Latin or the genus species name for black seed oil, also known as black cumin seed. And one of the things that you should know is that studies show that black seed oil can be hugely beneficial in both prevention as well as intervention. In fact, this is a study that looked at individuals. 80 individuals participated. They have reactive airway concerns. And what they were able to show, the study researchers were able to show, is that supplementation with 500 milligrams of black seed oil compared to a placebo group, that there was better forced expiratory volume in the individuals using black seed oil. And this was a 1% thymoquinone. And I'm going to tell you why that's powerful in a minute. So the 1% active ingredient in 500 milligrams of total black seed oil. Well, their asthma control tests were improved compared to those in placebo group. And in fact, as I said, the study researchers concluded saying that supplementation with this 1% ingredient improved asthma control with a 10 towards pulmonary function improvement through forced expiratory volume and improved reduction in something that's called blood eosinophilia. So eosinophils decreased in these individuals, and that was a sign of better respiratory function that we often see in individuals with reactive airway concerns, meaning that black seed oil can be a powerful proponent for a healthy immune response. Well, one of the reasons that they've been able to show such a significant support from black seed oil is that the studies continue to show that black seed oil plays a significant role in the health of the intestinal mucosa. And this is where so much of the immune system resides. And it's one of the reasons why I'm going to be lecturing today, or doing a quick seminar today on beta glucans, because they also rely or live in the intestine and support a healthy mucosal balance, a healthy mucosal integrity, and that means a healthy immune response, right? So when we think of individuals that have concerns with inflammation, immune dysfunction, sedentary lifestyles that are not allowing their body to move, and this may be occupational or it may be injury related, we understand that we can amplify their response to healthy eating practices, mindful eating practices, even mindfulness in general, because black seed oil works in so many different compartments of the body. And so because it's rooted in healthy intestinal and immune function in the intestines, I have to ask, where do we want to begin for healthy immune support? I'm going to ask you to go to the gut. One of my favorite sayings is the road to health is paved with good intestines. So we need to make sure that we're doing something to create a healthy environment in the gut through effective digestion and ultimately absorption of food. So we want to lower the inflammation in the gut so that we have that healthy cell-to-cell communication. Well, that's something that black seed oil can help you with. We want to eliminate concerns that we have with gastrointestinal illnesses. And so having a healthy gut barrier, whether we're talking about pairing black seed oil with beta glucans, like those that are found in aloe, yeast beta glucans, or even in mushrooms, we want to think, when we think of black seed oil, of the synergy, of the way it amplifies other ingredients, the way other ingredients can amplify the benefits of black seed oil. Well, that's really where it all comes down to, is creating a healthy immune response in the gut, which ultimately allows the body to have a healthy inflammatory response throughout the body, which is why those 80 individuals saw improvement in upper respiratory function, while other people would notice gastrointestinal benefits, while other people would notice, because of extra blood flow to the brain, extra blood flow to tissues, right? Which is another superpower of black seed oil, is blood flow and enhanced vascular tone. We see that black seed oil can work in so many different compartments of the body that it really needs to be at the base of a daily regimen for so many individuals. Black seed oil has some other benefits, much like resveratrol. It's not just the active ingredient that does something with black seed oil. Actually, its metabolites are fairly powerful as well. And so we want to make sure that we're choosing very good black seed oils, because when you pay attention to how black seed oil is harvested, you also get to make sure that you're not getting an extract or only a piece of the oils, right? Or an active ingredient from the oil, but getting all of the oils and its constituents that are found in the seed. Why is that so important? Because much of the literature on the benefits of black seed oil, both today and in the past, rely on all of those constituents that are found in nature acting in synergy or acting together. In fact, the metabolites of black seed oil tend to be just as beneficial as the original thymoquinone body. And so we want to think about healthy metabolism of these nutrients in the body, because it's that, or from supplementation or from food choices, from some of these ancient oils, because that's what's going to support vascular tone, improve blood flow in the brain, supporting a healthy immune or neuro response in the brain. And that's so important for aging, that we create not just a healthy inflammatory environment in the gut, but that we are able to allow that to work throughout the body. And black seed oil has been shown to be beneficial as that strong anti-inflammatory environment creator, right? So it's not just here that we want to be able to have a healthy immune and inflammatory response, but also in the brain, especially if aging is what we're talking about. We know that black seed oil has a lot of literature behind it in vascular tone, in cardiovascular well-being, and thinking about pairing it with omega-3 fatty acids is one of the ways to amplify omega-3 fatty acids as it relates to cardiovascular or blood lipid benefits. Black seed oil by itself doesn't support the same way that omegas do for healthy lipid levels, but the two of them together can create an even better anti-inflammatory environment. And that's a powerful place to be when it comes to cardiovascular well-being. So one of the things I want you to think of when you think of black seed oil is that it is an ancient solution, right? It is something that has been used for centuries, and that makes it incredibly powerful because it has withstood the test of time, right? It's been used in multiple cultures as a healing practice or a healing ingredient. Second, I want you to think about making sure that you're getting a high quality black seed oil, one where sourcing matters, temperature, purity of process, how it was expressed mechanically or with heat or temperature controlled. You need to know those things. And you want to think about how it amplifies other ingredients, how other ingredients perform better with the base of thymoquin or black seed oil. And that's really what I'm talking about, is making sure that you choose a better black seed oil, right? One that is focused on a standardized ingredient, one that is focused on a whole seed format so that you get all of the benefits of the black cumin seed as opposed to just a constituent that can be expressed or extracted from the cumin seed, because not all black seed oils are the same. In fact, thymoquin is a branded, clinically evidenced ingredient with a standardized amount of something called a thymoquinone. Thymoquinones are the power pack, the antioxidant, the immune support, right? The blood vascular support, the endocrine support, the energy support ingredient. Now, remember, when I went back to one of those studies, I had told you that it was 500 milligrams of a 1% ingredient. This is a 3% ingredient. And the studies show that that is highly beneficial, especially as we think of this idea of synergy or amplification. We want to amplify the benefits. Well, one of the reasons why this product ingredient is able to amplify other benefits is because it is a whole seed, yielding proper ratios the way they are found in nature, right? You don't want to extract an oil. You want it to have all of its parts to be able to function properly. And one of the ways that we're able to kind of excel by using thymoquin is that when you use a 3% standardized cold pressed thymoquin, you're able to control for what are called free fatty acids. When free fatty acids are high, so is inflammation. So are concerns with blood sugar and cardiovascular decline. So we want to make sure that we keep that threshold for what we allow on inflammation right here, right? And one of the things that's so powerful about a 3% thymoquinone is that it respects this idea of immune and inflammatory balance. Your body's ability to mount an immune response means it has the ability to mount an inflammatory response. And while that is absolutely critical to support your survival and your well-being, right? The ability to turn off inflammation is just as critical for your survival. And that's why it's so powerful that thymoquinone is able to keep free fatty acids in a healthy range. In addition to that, thymoquinone holds on to all of the constituents that are found in that whole seed, including a terpenoid called P-thiamine. P-thiamine also is at a standardized amount of 1% in this product. And that's a powerful place to be because it is in fact the P-thiamine that has been shown when in a proper ratio with thymoquinone to improve bioavailability. So there's a reason why we would keep an oil or humarones or essential oils like in a curcumin root, because it improves its bioavailability. Well, the same is true here in this black seed oil. We need to improve its bioavailability and holding on to what nature gave us, right? What nature gave the seed to improve that so it could be ingested and it would have this ancient tradition of being a healing botanical, a healing oil. Well, that has a lot to do with its bioavailability with P-thiamine, right? So we have an incredible synergy with this product, this amplification, as I'm going to call it, right? Whether we're talking about pycnogenol, beta-carotene, and lutein for night driving, healthy aging in the eye, or just simply decreased inflammation in the eye. Full spectrum hemp oil, astaxanthin, studies have been shown and of a synergy between these types of ingredients and thymoquin, improving, amplifying each other. In fact, we were able to show this amplification, this synergy with pycnogenol, which is why we created two powerful ingredients two powerful products. I'm sharing this ingredient, black seed oil, cannabinoid with full spectrum hemp oil, and thimonol with pycnogenol. And it was this amplification or this synergy that we were able to show with thymoquin that prompted us to put these two together. Now, very often I get asked questions about, well, when would I take one and when would I take the other? Well, the cannabinoid is because of that productivity over here, right? The world is coming at you fast and you need to slow things down. You need to kind of take everything in and get over here into this balance of self-care. That's when I want you to think about full spectrum hemp and what it does for stress and mental emotional well-being. When paired with black seed oil, which does a lot of the lifting when it comes to mental well-being, endocrine well-being. But then there's the other side of the story, and that is the thimonol story. Well, because sometimes we feel like we are slowing down. We need to get more blood to our brain. We need to get more blood to our heart, better perfusion. So we want to have a powerful antioxidant in pycnogenol for cardiovascular well-being and blood sugar well-being. Well, that is where the thimonol story comes in. My story, and the one I want you to share with other people, is the fact that whether we're talking about cannabinoid or we're talking about thimonol, we're talking about a farm to finish product that we know the farmers for that full spectrum hemp. We know the researchers behind pycnogenol. We know the sourcing of pycnogenol intimately, and now we know the sourcing of the thymoquin intimately. These are farm to finish products where we can focus on traceability, understanding the history of the farm, and therefore the being able to choose the very best of the ingredients that this farm gives us. And one of the things that we do exceptionally well is offer a better delivery system, and that is this multi-phased release system with the oil and the water-soluble antioxidant pycnogenol, where black seed oil is released first and creates a healthy environment in the gut. Remember, that's where that healthy metabolism starts. The road to health is paved with good intestines. And then pycnogenol is able to come into that environment where many of those factors of inflammation have now been supported, and now pycnogenol can be a super antioxidant, right? In addition to that, it's not just the purity of process, the farm to finish, right? We're also offering this in a veggie capsule for all of our individuals that are paying attention to either it's a plant-based life, a vegan lifestyle, a vegetarian lifestyle, or just want a veggie cap as a part of their nutritional regimen. At the end of the day, I want to give you endurance, drive, and vitality into much, much later decades of life. And I believe that black seed oil is a perfect start for you. Again, thank you for spending the afternoon with me. My name is Dr. D. Mason. Until the next time I see you on Health Talk Tuesdays, go be healthy, go be brilliant.